Okay, I have to do this again.
One more time.
And our next speaker is Brandon, and he will give us a very special workshop. And if you have heard Brandon's speech, you always can feel his enthusiasm. And tonight he will give us a very special workshop because he will teach us how to be a great speaker and how to find great topics, especially. Most important thing is Brandon think have a very healthy mindset is very important for every speaker. So let's welcome our workshop speaker, Brandon. Okay, so are you ready, Brandon? Yes, because today today is a very special workshop, and I'm sure you won't regret. Because Brandon is always he is a very outstanding speaker and he also English teacher. So let's welcome Brandon.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
I'm Brandon. Today the topic is about becoming a greater speaker. Becoming, what does that mean? We all want to become better, but we all know becoming better is a continuous process. Greater. I don't dare to say I'm a great speaker, but I have confidence to say I'm greater than yesterday. I'm greater than yesterday. Every single day, I'm making progress. Are you all making progress every single day?
Yes.
If you say yes, why do you know you are making progress? You feel it, right? But human beings tend to feel good about themselves. So we know, we feel our progress, but we didn't see our progress clearly. So today, I hope I can help you to feel your progress and see your progress. And here's the menu for today. Throughout this workshop, I won't provide you any answers, since I don't have. But I would like to help you, to guide you to find out your own interpretations. The first question is, where can I find a speech topic? Champion speaker Darren came to Taiwan and he says, sees the stage time. But what he didn't say was, before stage time, we need a topic. And sometimes we just seize the stage time, seize the slots, but 1 week before your speech, you didn't find out your topic. And the speech is just like a monster chasing after you. So the process of finding a topic is sometimes nerve-wracking, and we all have experienced that, right? So the second question is, what is your speaking style? A lot of ancient philosophers, they have asked themselves these two questions. Who am I? They want to get to know their self-identity. Where am I going to? They want to know their destination. And then they get set to go for it, just like a go-getter. The third question is, as a speaker, what is the healthy mindset you should have? I used to have unhealthy mindsets. I came to the stage, I want to dazzle my audience, I want to impress my audience, but that was wrong. Now, I come to the stage. I want to share the message that is meaningful for me, valuable for me, and I take all of you as my friends. I want to share with each one of you. And let's get started. Oh. It's good moving. So the first one is, before this workshop, I have reviewed all the speeches I have given, and I can boil them down to 3 types. The starting point of speeches. First, it's about the question. You can start your speech with a question. A question you have asked yourself, and then you find out your own interpretation later. So I have a question for you. Do you guys know Tiffany? Tiffany is a brand selling diamond rings.
Oh, not a girl.
Women love it.
I thought you were asking if I know
Women
Tiffany.
love it. Men hate it because it's so expensive. But compared with Tiffany, there's something money cannot buy. Epiphany. It's way more expensive than Tiffany. Because epiphany is just like one day we suddenly realize something. We have figured something out because previously you have asked yourself a question. And then later, one day, you find out your own epiphany. And the second one is about the lesson. The lesson, we have learned some lessons in our life. And life is like taking a roller coaster. At the beginning of your journey, you will hear the sound, dun dun, dun dun, dun 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 dun, dun 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 dun, and you feel so excited. And then it reaches the top. You see nothing in front of you, no tracks. That means the roller coaster is going to go down. And after 3 seconds, you will hear the sound, ah! You scream because you want to release the fear. And then you reach the bottom of your life. It's so dark. You couldn't see your fingers. You couldn't see yourself. You even get lost. But ultimately, you will go back to the starting line and you will reflect on this journey. Let me give you an example. When I was 8 years old, one day while I was watching TV, and I asked my mom one question. Mommy, what is condom? She didn't answer me. I kept explaining, it's a small box. It made me think of a safe deposit box at the bank. Because when I was a kid, my dad frequently brought me to the bank. We would put some jewelry, marriage ring in that safe deposit box. And in Mandarin, safe deposit box, condom, 保险套, 保险箱, they share the first and the second characters. Only the last one is different. For 8 years old kid, Mommy, they are related. Condom is a small box, and you can put something precious in that. My mom looked at me, son, you will get to know it later. Why later? I want to get to know it right now. So one proverb is that curiosity kills a cat. That night, curiosity kills my mom's brain cells, not the cat. Later, I entered a college, and I attended one class called public speaking. The teacher wanted us to give a speech about school policy. And I remember the question I have asked myself, what is condom? So at that time, our school provided condom vending machine. I didn't go there to buy one, so I do some research on Google. So I started my speech in this way. We all know Maslow. Maslow mentioned the human needs, the pyramid. The most basic one is the physical need, and the highest one is the self-actualization. The most basic need is about if we don't eat food, we will die. If we don't inhale the air, we will die. Here comes the question. Can we live without having sex? Guys, don't flush. Put your answer in your mind. You don't have to answer me. But let me unfold the answer from Maslow. He listed sex as the most basic need. So he thinks like human beings cannot live without having sex. In that moment, my teacher was a serious and middle-aged woman. She came to me. Brandon, throughout my teaching career, no student dares to make me laugh. You will be the only one who dares to make me laugh. And I was laughing so hard. In that moment, I realized I could entertain people. So that story just told you, curiosity in my life, curiosity doesn't kill the cat, no bloody stuff. But curiosity does bring a surprise into my mundane life. So now I want to invite you I want to borrow your right hand. Put your right hand on your partner's shoulder. Come on. And talk to them. Your curiosity has been in orphanage for over 20 years. Talk to them. Now put your left hand on your partner's shoulder. Talk to them. I'm going to take my curiosity back home. I'm going to take my curiosity back home. Guys, you have all promised me you will bring your baby curiosity back home. And even sometimes your curiosity might help you ask some silly questions, but that then be rebellious because you will find something meaningful in your life. And that's a question and also a lesson I have learned in my life. And next one is about perspective. Based on the definition, perspective is the way of thinking that's based on your experiences of who you are. And so that perspective is always worth sharing. 2 months ago, I gave a speech about talking could be a way to learning, but I didn't believe my students. I think they might have stage fright, so I didn't dare to step up. I didn't dare to give them the stage time. But 2 weeks ago, I gave my students the stage time, and I asked the question: motivation is like what? And help me to fill in the blank. Tell me reasons and give me a personal example. And my student, Conifer, she can do the stage. Motivation is like a pair of wings. And because with motivation, I could fly like a bird. And later, I asked my student, please give her some feedback. And Robert gave her some feedback. He said, Conifer, next time you introduce yourself, you should say, hey, everyone, I'm Conifer with confidence. But you have to know, 1 year ago, she came to my class. She was so quiet. I even didn't notice her. And she said she hated learning. She hated English. She hated everything at school. But now she could be a girl with confidence. And I was amazed by that. So my perspective is that talking could be a way of learning and putting that into practice. So that can boil down to one thing. So your speech can start with a question you have asked yourself. It can also be a lesson you have learned in your life, and also a perspective you have. So you might ask me, what is a good topic? For me, a good topic will help your audience rethink your message. They have the chance to think about your message again and again. And maybe they will find out some new findings. They can try to see your message in a different angle. And the second one is your audience can interpret your message in their own way. Guys, we have to give our audience freedom to interpret our message in their own way. So here are 2 keywords you should bear in mind. Rethink and interpret can help you to find a good topic. So now, since I'm pretty thirsty right now, I want to provide a quick exercise. The first question is, what question do I pose recently? You can write down the question. And also, what interesting findings do I have? You can try to write down some findings. But maybe right now you just have a question, but you haven't figured them out, then it's okay. Keep exploring. And also you can choose the second question. What is the lesson I have learned in my life? And what is your interpretation? So choose one question and write down something. And I will give you 30 seconds to write down your interpretation or your question. And then I will give you 2 minutes. 1 minute, you talk to your partner. Another minute, you talk to another. So we will have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's start it.
Brandon, you mean what questions have we asked ourselves recently? Like that I want to have an answer to?
What is the question you have asked yourself recently? Or maybe a question you want to find out the answer. Maybe you don't have answers, but you will find out your own interpretation. Come on, already 30 seconds. So now you can talk to your partner. Talk to your partner. Yeah, so now you have to talk to your partner.
What is the lesson you've been in life?
2 minutes. I'll talk to you here. Yeah.
What's it like?
So what's your question?
How to improve English education in China?
Yes.
1分钟嘛。
I do have some change the way that teachers are teaching. They must start speaking English in That's the key. That's one key thing. You need to start asking the students what are their interests instead of assuming that they know their interests before giving the students something. And teachers to know that the students need to start designing this as thinking of and then the other thing they have is they need to start trying to teach us if they speak Mandarin.
Change. Change.
Change. Oh.
Change.
So you actually do
Okay, guys, if you can hear me, clap once. Okay, then that's fine. So we are going to move on to the next one. As a speaker, who and I. So when it comes to speaking style, who are speakers you admire
Lester.
the way they speak? So let me briefly define a speaker. Here the speaker doesn't have to be a professional speaker or a TED Talk speaker. The speaker can be your dog, can be your cat, can be your parents. If your dog and cat can talk, and you can also understand their
I'd be
language,
a billionaire.
and you can, if you admire the way they speak, then you can write it down. So now we're gonna do some hands-on activity. Here's the rule. There's the golden rule. We have to think fast and slow. Think fast. The first question is, who are speakers I admire the way they talk? So you have to write down 3 names and think fast. So I will give you only 5 seconds to write down 3 names. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Write your name down. The name directly coming to your mind. Write it down. Maybe 1 is enough. And then you have to think slow. So you have to write down the reasons you admire the way they speak. So you probably can use 5W1H. Where do you know him or her? And how do you like about the way they speak? And who? Who is he? Who is she? 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the next one is, which characteristics do they have? So you can start with an adjective. Write down an adjective behind their name. Not behind, next to their name. Okay, 5 seconds. Okay, now I'm gonna introduce 3 speakers I admire the way they speak. The first one is about Jackie Wu. He's a famous host and entertainer in Taiwan. The reason I admire the way he speaks, because when I was a kid, my parents had fights every single day. They were waving a sword, king, 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 and they couldn't find out the winner. So I became a victim. And on Sunday nights, they will put down their weapons. On Sunday night, 8 o'clock, they will put down their weapons. They surround themselves. And we were lying on the couch, watching the TV program called 十字路口. And we were laughing together. That moment, I just realized making people laugh is the most awesome thing in the world. So I subconsciously learned from this guy. So one keyword for his speaking style, that would be humorous. And the next one, when I was a junior in college, I started to speak English. Before that, I took English as a subject. I didn't use English to communicate. And then one day I watched his speech. He gave a speech in Columbia University. And while I watched his speech, I noticed that he could speak English as fluently as he speaks Chinese. And if he could do that, why can't I? So I started to speak English. And I also noticed that the way he speaks, he can always try to put the message in a really simple way. So as an audience, you can easily understand what he is talking about. So if I want to use one keyword to describe him, that would be intelligible. Intelligible, that means you can talk about something in a really simple way. So your audience, your friends, can easily understand what you are talking about. The next one, recently, I started to like this guy, Simon Sinek. The reason I like him because he tried to let us know we can ask some 3 questions, like why, what, how. But why is the most important thing. You have to ask yourself, why? And also, he defines leader in a really different way. Normally we see leader in this angle, and he will try to change the perspective and try to see leader in the different angle. So I think this guy is really good at proposing new perspectives. That's the reason I admire the way he speaks. So this guy will be thoughtful. Perspectives matter. So I noticed that since my friends gave me 3 keywords, they will use humorous, intelligible, not intelligence, and also thoughtful to describe me. And then I ask myself questions, why they use these keywords to label me. And then I find out because I admire these 3 speakers, the way they speak. So since I asked you a question, a mysterious question, and I said I want to help you to find out your speaking style, that might make you feel like I'm a seafood or a fortune teller. Just ask you one question, and then I can help you to find out your speaking style. That's weird. So I know some people are pretty rational, so I want to provide some evidence. Let me introduce my helper, Stephen Curry.
Whoa.
Right?
Yes.
What is something he's good at?
No goal shot.
Shoot the ball, right? So before he shoot the ball, he will take a step back, shoot the ball, get the point. So in this way, when he takes a step back, he can see the basket in a more holistic way. And that's something we should learn from him. Take a step back. So 2 years ago, I joined Toastmasters, and I created this YouTube channel. As you can see, I only have 19 subscribers. So my goal wasn't to become an internet celebrity. Only 19 subscribers, and they are all my close students.
Well, please share it with us. We'll become your subscribers.
I'm pretty shy.
Click it
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah, so
Check it
the
out.
reason I created this channel, I noticed that it's just like a Brandon's speeches timeline. And I can see 1 year ago, I joined humorous contest, and I was humorous because I could make people laugh. And later, I give a speech about enthusiasm is contagious. And I remember after that speech, Dexter came to me, and he said, Brandon, you have developed your energetic speaking style to the maximum. Now, I want to give you a challenge. I want you to give a speech in a quiet way, without using any energy.
Oh.
And Paul also told me, Brandon, energy can be your greatest strength,
Yes.
but it can also be your greatest enemy.
Yes.
And that was profound. I couldn't experience an epiphany, but now I realize what that means. So as you can see, my speaking style, I keep developing my speaking styles. And also right now, since I went back to the graduate school, I accepted some training about qualitative and quantitative research. So I started to think in a more organized way. So I gave a speech about talking can be a way of learning. That was about perspective. So I would encourage you to create your YouTube channel and film your each performance, because you will get to know how you make progress and you can monitor your progress. So I reviewed the first speech I gave about 1 year to become a real man. And here came to the question. Why this guy could be so confident like that? I didn't recognize that guy. You know, that was overconfidence. 1 year to become a real man. That was pretty immature, but that was the part of me. And you have to acknowledge that, right? So that means when you create a YouTube channel, you can keep developing your speaking styles. And maybe someday, maybe one day, your mentor will come to you and say, it's time for you to develop another speaking style. So that's one. I want to talk about the mindset. I want to use Jack Ma's quote. Today is cruel, tomorrow is cooler, but the day after tomorrow is beautiful. For some contestants here, the division contest is cruel. The district contest is cooler, but the day after the contest is beautiful. For some speakers, new members, the first speech is cruel. The second speech is cooler, but the day after speeches is beautiful. Why do I put it in this way? The day after the contest or speeches is beautiful. Because the day after the contest, you have two options. You might get a trophy, and you might feel badly. And that year, I felt badly. And I took that experience as a failure. And so after that contest, I was blaming, I was complaining, and I said, it's not fair. Judges are blind.
They are.
And I remember Paul called me, Brandon, I have heard that the microphone didn't function well. But as a speaker, you have the responsibility for that. So let me ask you one question. Next time, what could you have done differently? Next time, what could you have done differently? At that time, I couldn't think. Judges are blind. But after 2 months, I picked myself up, dust myself up. I got back in the saddle, and I started to reflect on that failure. I won't think it's a failure, because you can choose to feel badly, keep complaining, but you can also choose to feel well. Ask yourself the pivotal question. Next time, what could you have done differently? And so, ask you what you could have done differently. So today, I talked about 3 things, and maybe you forgot all of them, but I hope I can provide 3 things for you to take away. The first one is about curiosity. You guys have all promised me that you are taking care of your baby curiosity. So that your curiosity be rebellious. Keep asking questions, because you will find out more stories. And the second one is we have to learn to take a step back. we not just feel our progress, we monitor our progress. We feel our progress and see our progress clearly. That's one, I hope all of us can be just like an NBA player. So since we have filmed our performance, and then we can review and replay the game. And you can invite your friends, you can invite your mentors to see the game together, and they will give you some constructive criticism. Just like today, I have two professional and distinguished evaluators to give me some harsh comments. So ultimately, we will all become a greater speaker. We will all become a greater speaker. Thank you for listening.
Are you learning something from Brandon's workshop?
Yes. Amazing!
Amazing, yes. Are you flourished tonight? Yes, because when I asked Brandon today's meeting person feedback, he told me every day is his person time because always learning and enjoy our life. So thank you, Brandon. Give a big applause to him.
Brandon!